The Bearded Tit acknowledges the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation as the traditional owners of this land and pay our respects to elders past and present. Sovereignty was never ceded, and we acknowledge the significance of Redfern as a place of change, resistance and resilience. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Welcome everyone. I'd first off like to just say the bathrooms are down there if you didn't know. And then turn your phones on silent because don't be rude. So first of all, hecklers at the front, thank you. Welcome to the Tit Talks. My name is Kilimi. I'm just a little area girl, very interested in conversations, being hot, and music, and just art all around. Me and Joy, so the Bearded Tit as well, we kind of thought of running something like Tit Talks, just for some conversations about queerness in our queer community because we are all queer. So this is the second one of many. We've had the first one already, so thank you everyone who was involved with that and thank you for the support. But this is now the second sexy one. And today the gorgeous topic is how has queerness shaped your art and musical practices? These are my gorgeous panellists. Everyone's sexy and cute. Yeah. The word of the day is sexy, yeah. So I'm just going to get, not groundbreaking. Groundbreaking was last time, yeah. Sexy's this time. So I'm going to get all of you to basically introduce yourselves, state your pronouns, and kind of discuss briefly a bit of your artistic practices. And I'm going to put you on the spot.
You can start with me.
Mr. Area, let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Samia. I am an artist and writer. Any pronouns for me as well are fine. I don't care. That's very unqueer, but or maybe it's very queer. I'm an artist, performance artist, writer, and I guess a collaborator. I collaborate with sometimes friends, sometimes collaborators. That's kind of me in a nutshell.
Hi, I'm Salote Tawale, and she, her, or whatever is also cool for me. And I sometimes collaborate with Samia here, but I also make video installation work, performances, photographs. That's about it. Anything else? Other sculptures and painting. Photographs. And cocktails. I like mixing a cocktail. So if I ever need a future job, just putting it out there. Yep.
I've got my own microphone. I love that. Kia ora. My name is Jamaica Moana, and how boring. That sounds like I'm doing a self-tape. I love that. My pronouns are she and he, and I'm a rapper. I do a little bit more than that. I'm also a community leader of the ballroom community and a creative director and writer. Model. And I'm claiming to be a model now.
Period. Period. All over Fashion Week.
Period. I'm chucking that on the resume now. It's on the bio. So new bio for all the events.
Model.
Much, but yeah, thank you.
I love it.
/model. Yes. An incredible model. I got to see Jamaica at the Nickel and Fort show, which was incredible. And Jamaica did that damn thing, celebrating it. My name is Ayebatonye Abrakasa. My pronouns are she, her. I do a lot of different things.
A lot.
Come on, not that many. I was just a little, but I'm a few different things.
Can we not all be humble?
All right, let me brag right now. I am most known as a DJ, but I also I love making video works, sound works. I love ambient noise, as in just random noises in streets or a washing machine and shit like that. So I love playing with that stuff. And I run a DIY arts platform called Irregular Fit, and that's it, I reckon. Yeah, anyways, thank you for having me. Enjoy.
If you aren't aware, a lot of the most amazing artists are very much don't like talking about themselves. So that's why we have questions for today. So the first question that I have, which it's a two-pronged question, and it's how has expression of art, music, and creativity helped shape your one, queer identity, and two, your space in the queer community?
All right. I would say that firstly, when I was a rookie artist, it was queer communities that saw my work for what it was. So it really kind of answers both prongs in that, but it allowed me to grow having like a community that kind of understood or were open to other kind of ways of making art. Also, I guess the encouragement there was, I make art about what I'm about, and so the queerness is a part of that as much as any other part of me is about that.
I think as a DJ, absolutely can attest to the fact that without the queer community, I wouldn't be where I am at all. I feel like it was like my first gigs were at lesbian nights, like Girl Things, Snapback, if you remember that at Newtown Hotel back in the day, right? And so if it wasn't for like queer folk, I wouldn't be where I am. I think like even a space like the Bearded Tit, so iconic, the amount of people that I've met here, that I've been in relation with because of this space, because of things like Cookie. I feel like community, like queer community, has been a big part as to who and why I am me today. So I feel like, it's very much largely shaped a lot of everything. It's all sort of interconnected.
Yes, I feel like not my practice didn't really influence my identity, but my identity influenced my practice, especially like more so in terms of like it it like it escalates like the reassurance that I want in this world that like I'm good on the street, like I'm a strong person and stuff, like, and that's through my identity, and then that's what I carry through when I'm on the stage, Two very different people. A lot of people would see that, like I'm this cunt on stage, but I'm really kind backstage. It's like, it's so funny. I'm like on, but then I'm off, and I'm like...
So I kind of echo what you're saying, is that I think my work does... Yeah, I think in my work I find queerness in domestic environments. So I often find the questioning of different modes of language in my immediate environments, and I think that is from growing up, not being able to express my queer identity, regardless of whether it's inherent in me or not, and trying to kind of choosing and finding different, like I said, modes of language that I would witness between women, particularly, and that for me has shaped my identity as a queer person. Not so much what queerness has shaped, like it might, because we all navigate different communities, and I think, whether it would be non-queer community, queer community, art community, party community as well. Like, I think there's so many different facets that come with that, and it isn't wrapped up in sexual identity. It's wrapped up in identity of questioning, and I think that's what it shaped me. And also witnessing amazing performers like Anastasia in the front has really triggered things like. I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. But honestly, I think, those shaped how I perform on stage, which is with authenticity. And I think that for me is a questioning of what's conventional. I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent, or if
tangents.
But also on the flip side of that, there is a violence in all of this as well that I often explore throughout all of my work, and I think that's what shaped how I create. Yeah, and I will talk a lot more about violence throughout this panel, but
so speak.
Yeah, no, I think it'll come up. Yeah, I think it will naturally come up. So, but yeah.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
In that this violence that you speak to, because quite often my works also fit within institutions as a sort of an institutional critique, and there's a real soft violence there in that as well. Quite often after doing that, I question why I'm doing it, but then I just go back. I don't know why. Maybe I like the pain. But yeah, that really kind of, you saying that spoke to me.
Yeah.